It's Christmas time and the Tanner family is heading to Colorado for a family reunion. Here is everything Christmas in our first Christmas show, the 9th episode of the 2nd season of Full House. The episode opens with the Tanners attempting to take a family photo for the Christmas card that includes Joey in front of the tree. Taking a custom photo a few days before Christmas guarantees that the card won't go out until well after the holiday. The phone rings and everybody runs to answer it, but they quickly get back into position as we ask the questions, whatever happened to predictability, the milkman, the paperboy, and the evening TV. Danny, possibly the first ever vlogger, is filming himself talking to his viewers on Wake Up San Francisco. He tells them that he's going to Colorado for the Tanner family reunion as he shows the unflocked Christmas tree with the traditional smoke alarm angel on top. Joey and Jesse walk into the living room carrying suitcases hung on a pair of skis and singing the song Sleigh Ride with a unique take on the lyrics.
Ride together with you, and you, and you. Thank you.
Danny, pointing the camera towards them, asks them to say something to his audience. Joey says hi to the guy on the couch and that he digs those kooky pajamas. Jesse says
just that Danny's only taping this vacation so he can write it off as a tax deduction.
Danny films himself to a memo to edit that part out, and we'll see this joke carry out throughout the episode. Jesse grabs the red suitcase and Danny reminds him to be careful that one contains the girls' Christmas presents. He then asks Joey if he remembered to bring his Santa suit. Joey picks up the bag and shakes it, telling Danny that he has been working on his ho ho ho, then quickly switches to singing Home on the Range as Stephanie makes her way down the stairs. Danny films Stephanie proclaiming this happy little girl is what Christmas is all about.
I don't want to go on this dumb trip.
And gives Danny sass when she is asked to be cuter.
I want to go on this dumb trip.
Stephanie is worried that Santa won't find her, so she drew a map of where she'll be. Upstairs, DJ asks Michelle if she can keep a secret. She's been dying to tell someone. She found out where Dad hid all the Christmas presents when she just happened to go into the crawl space into the attic. She spoils Christmas, telling Michelle that she's getting her new CD player, Stephanie's getting her roller skates, and that Michelle is going to be rolling in new toys.
Toy.
She then swears Michelle into secrecy not to tell anybody. Way to ruin Christmas, DJ. On the airplane, Danny is filming the girls getting ready for liftoff. Stephanie made a sign for Santa that says Stephanie on board. Joey has Michelle wave to the people on the plane and says,
Hi, people.
Jesse's mom comes up the aisle complaining that whoever designed the bathrooms was not wearing pantyhose. She takes her seat at the window with Jesse sitting in between his parents. Before we move on, we need to discuss Jesse's father, Nick Katsopoulos. I never realized how much of a horrible person he is, so let's keep track of all the inappropriate things he says going forward.
You know, there are going to be a lot of grandsons at this reunion. None of them mine.
Let's point out that he has 3 granddaughters who can clearly hear him. Just then, Becky walks into the plane surprised to see the Tanners. Danny is surprised to see his co-host and points the camera at her and asks her to say something to the viewers.
Hi, viewers. I bet Danny's making this tape so he can write off his vacation.
He says, well, he could do that, but then films himself and says, but it would be wrong. Jesse gets out of his seat and tells Becky he's surprised he didn't know she was going to Colorado. He invites her to go skiing, but she will only be in Colorado on a layover on her way home to Nebraska. He says he heard there's a lot of good skiing in Nebraska, and she tells him that he's cute and lightly punches him in the arm. An older gentleman named Lionel tells DJ that he has seat 1B, child. DJ replies,
No, I have 1B adults.
and turns out that Danny has 1B as well. The airline attendant realizes that they assigned the seat to 3 people. Silly them, and has an uncomfortable laugh. The attendant then offers 2 seats in first class as DJ describes it as the magical world behind the curtain where people sit in seats as big as sofas and eat shrimp cocktails. Stephanie grabs her sign and proclaims, let's get out of this dump. Lionel is played by Sorrel Book, best known for playing Boss Hogg on Dukes of Hazzard. According to IMDb, this would be one of Sorrel's last on-screen appearances before his death in 1994. Later into the flight, the attendant asks Danny if he liked his dinner, taking his tray away. Danny says the liver was good. She replies, "You had the chicken." And Danny replies, "Well, in that case, it was awful." DJ and Stephanie come back into coach with bibs around their necks. They had lobster and ice cream. And Becky, who's also sitting in first class, tells the girls that they are going to cut the cake because it's a pilot's birthday. Jesse's dad points out to him that Rebecca is a nice girl and very pretty, and that they would make a wonderful couple. Jesse replies that he has tried, but Becky is one of those girls who puts his career first. Showing his ignorance again, his dad replies,
I understand that girls lib stuff, but you gotta tell him who's boss.
Jesse's mom says, "I didn't hear that."
Good.
Danny quickly interrupts and asks Jesse to hold up Michelle as he is filming her. Jesse holds her up on top of the seat where Michelle starts to pet Lionel's head and says,
Kitty.
Pulls off his hairpiece. Danny apologizes that she loves animals, and Lionel quickly grabs his hairpiece and attempts to put it back on, causing Michelle to cry. To calm her down, everyone starts singing The Girl from Ipanema.
The captain has informed me there's a heavy snowstorm in the Rocky Mountain area, so we will be making an unscheduled landing.
What?
In the airport, the flight attendant announces that Flight 411 will remain grounded until morning. Stephanie yells, "What did you say?" Smiling, the attendant wishes everybody a Merry Christmas. The girls were upset, and Stephanie mentioned that Santa will never find us now. Cue the sad music. Stephanie tries to call Santa from a payphone and tells the operator that if he isn't listed, give her the number for Mrs. Claus. The operator hangs up and Stephanie proclaims, "How rude."
How rude.
Jesse's dad points out that Becky is looking miserable and encourages his son to go talk to her because times of crisis always bring people together. After all, he met Jesse's mother the day Elvis got drafted. Jesse goes over to Becky and asks how she is doing. She is upset and was looking forward to spending Christmas with her family, and what is worse, it was her year for a turkey drumstick. It's been a while since she's been home to see everybody, and Janice, her cow, has really blossomed. At the baggage pickup, Danny discovers the airline lost a bag with the presents and asks Joey what should they do. He replies they should look for it. DJ tells Stephanie that she guarantees she will get what she asked for Christmas because Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer will find her because his nose is radar. Surprised, Stephanie thought it was just a headlight. Lionel, working on his laptop, overhears their conversation and chuckles. Danny asks Joey, who is still standing in the same place when he walked away, if he found the bag of presents. Joey says, "Not yet." Stephanie tells Danny that DJ explained it and that Santa will get to the airport because Rudolph has red-nosed radar. Danny tries to tone down her expectations, but she becomes upset and runs into the phone booth and closes the door. Danny tells DJ all about the lost luggage, and she replies, "They lost my new CD player?" Danny asks her how she knew she was getting a new CD player, but DJ quickly reflects that it doesn't really matter anyways because Stephanie was right and they shouldn't have gone on this trip. It's the worst ever, and she storms off. Danny states the obvious, that it's not going well, and asks for ideas. Jesse's mom picks up Joey's bag with the Santa suit, and Joey smiles.
Kitty.
On the other side of the terminal, Santa walks up behind Stephanie and says, "Ho, ho, ho." Stephanie is excited that Santa found her as he wishes the entire airport a Merry Christmas. Becky asks Jesse the dumb question of,
Who is that?
Jesse, with wonder in his eyes.
Santa Claus.
Jesse's mom puts Michelle on Santa's lap, who calls Santa Joey. Stephanie tries to correct Michelle by pulling on his beard, only to discover that it is Joey. Santa Joey proclaims that people all over the world come up to me and say,
Aren't you Joey Gladstone?
What a mean trick.
Stephanie is upset, yelling what a mean trick, and returns to her phone booth. Everybody is depressed. Jesse's dad says it's a rotten Christmas. DJ, being selfish, says the presents are lost. And then Joey broke Stephanie's heart. DJ reminds them that the presents are lost, and Becky won't see her family.
Or my cow.
And then DJ asks,
Did I mention the presents are lost?
Danny takes full responsibility. If it weren't for him, they would be spending Christmas at home instead of the baggage claim. Jesse gives the Linus speech, reminding the family what Christmas is all about as the emotional background music plays.
What's the matter with you people? First Christmas was in a manger. They did okay.
Jesse points to a coat rack and asks DJ what she sees. She sees a coat rack, but Jesse sees a big, beautiful Christmas tree. He asks Joey what he sees behind him, and Joey says a vending machine, but Jesse sees a Christmas dinner with all the trimmings. He asks his dad what he sees back there. Nick responds that it's a conveyor belt, and Jesse agrees it's just a conveyor belt. The point he's trying to make is that they can give the kids the best Christmas they ever had, because outside the snow is falling,
And friends are calling you who?
he leads the entire airport into singing the song Sleigh Ride as Danny pulls Stephanie from her phone booth with her arms crossed. On Christmas morning, everybody is sleeping in the airport except Michelle, who turns on the conveyor belt that begins to move a sleeping Danny outside. She says,
Hi, Daddy.
The noise wakes up Jesse, who picks up Michelle. Realizing it's Christmas morning, Jesse turns on all the lights, telling everybody to wake up, including all the rest of the passengers, who I'm sure are not too happy he woke everybody up. He yells Merry Christmas, and Stephanie is excited at first, but then realizes that they are still stuck in the airport. DJ looks at the coat rack tree and says, It really does look like Christmas, and it doesn't matter that there are no presents. She's lying. Suddenly, the conveyor belt moves with a mysterious snow-covered object. Joey tells everybody to stand back and encourages Jesse to check it out. He begins to wipe off the fake snow and realizes it's just Danny, who sits up and says,
Very funny.
Becky runs to get coffee from the vending machine, and Jesse's dad points out that Becky is standing over there alone under the mistletoe. He reminds Jesse that the first time he ever kissed his mother was under the mistletoe, and it lasted until New Year's, and reminds his son of the two things the Cassopolis men are known for: kissing and great hair. Jesse approaches Becky and points out that they are under the mistletoe. He also points out that he is not happy about this, but it is a Christmas law. Becky says she is a law-abiding citizen.
Well, I am a law-abiding citizen.
Do you have any regrets?
Well, I am a law-abiding citizen.
They kiss big, and Jesse gives us a
Oh, mercy.
and she can't wait to do that again as he goes in for another, but next Christmas. Suddenly, an older woman grabs Jesse and kisses him after Becky walks away. Santa arrives and Stephanie assumes it's just Joey, but he is sitting behind her. Santa sits down and wishes Stephanie a Merry Christmas. She questions if he is the real Santa, and he tells her to give it a tug as she pulls on his beard. She believes in him, and a musical cue turns on the conveyor belt with a suitcase of presents that has been found. When the family turns around, Santa is gone. Jesse notices Lionel's laptop and calls them over. Jesse, Danny, and Joey question, was Lionel Santa? Now that she has her presents, DJ says, I don't know what to think, but it turned out to be a terrific Christmas. They all walk over away from the computer except for Stephanie, and the monitor changes with a message, Thanks for the map, Stephanie. They call her over and everybody in the airport gets to enjoy the Tanners opening Christmas presents right in front of them, as they sing Deck the Halls, which changes into The Girl from Indonesia. The show ends with a message, Happy Holidays from our family to yours. Well, that's everything Christmas in the Full House episode, our first Christmas show. We will see everything Christmas in the next episode, featuring the Big Bang Theory episode, the Bath Item Gift Hypothesis. How much Christmas is in that episode? Click on the subscribe button to be alerted when that episode is released if you want to find out. I'm the Christmas Aficionado, and remember, stay off the naughty list.
Well, I am a law-abiding citizen.